Hi students, good morning. In previous class, we discussed about addition of integers and subtraction of integers and their properties. We will now discuss about multiplication of integers. So how we can multiply it? Yeah, how we find the product of two, yeah, more than two integers. For two integers, with unequal sign. When two integers have different sign, how we multiplied? First, we multiply both the integers without their sign and take a negative sign before the product. For example, suppose 3 and -7. Both are integers and they have unequal sign. So when we multiply 3 by -7, first we product the number excluding their sign. So 3 into 7, we get 21 and give a negative sign before the product. Rule 2, when we multiply two integers with same sign. Suppose -5 and -6. Both are negative integer and they have same sign. So first we multiply the values excluding the sign. So 5 into 6. 5 into 6. And take a positive sign before the product, that is plus 30, that is only 30. So when both the integers have different sign, first we multiply the given numbers excluding the sign and take a negative sign before the product. And when we multiplied two integers with same sign, first we multiplied the given numbers excluding the sign and take a positive sign before the product. And there is a important note. Student, please write the note and remember always, sign of the product depends only the number of negative integers. Whatever may be the number of positive integers, it will not affect the sign of product. That means the sign of the product depends only the number of negative integers. The sign of the product doesn't depend on the number of positive sign, because number of positive integer is not affected, the product of the integer is not affected by the positive integer. The sign of the product depends only negative integers. If, for example, -5 into 2 into -10. In this case, there are three integers. Two are negative integers and one is positive integer. So, what will be the sign? We know that the sign of the product doesn't depend on the number of positive integers. It only depends the number of negative integers. So, there are how many negative integers? There are two negative integers. If the number of negative integers is even, that is 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on, then sign will be positive. If the number of negative integer is odd, that is 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on, then the sign of the product will be negative. Here the number of negative integer is 2 and 2 is even. That's why the sign of the product will be positive. And next we multiply the values excluding the symbol, excluding the sign. That is 5 into 2 into 10 is equal to 100. I give you another example. -1 into -3 into 2 into -5. There are how many integers? There are 4 integers. And what will be the sign? To decide what will be the sign, first we count the number of negative integers, because the sign of the product depends only the number of negative integers. Here 1, 2, 3. There are 3 negative integers, and 3 is odd. If the number of negative integer is odd, then we take negative sign. And next multiply all the values excluding their sign. That is 1 into 3 into 2 into 5 is equal to 1 to 1, 3, 30. Next we discuss about properties of multiplication of integers. First property, closure property. If -3 and 2 are any integers, then their product is also integers. Next property, commutative property. If -3 and -2 are any two integers, then -3 into -2 is equal to 6 and -2 into -3 is equal to 6. So A cross B is equal to B cross A. So multiplication of integers follows the commutative law. Next property, associative law. If A, B and C any 3 integers, then A cross B cross C is equal to A cross B cross C. This property is known as associative law of multiplication. Next property, distributive law of multiplication over addition. That is, if A, B, C are any 3 integers, then A cross B plus C is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. This property is known as distributive law of multiplication over addition. Means existence of multiplicative identity. A be any integer and there exists number 1 such that A cross 1 is equal to 1 cross A is equal to A, then 1 is called multiplicative identity. In addition, 0 is the additive identity. Here 1 is the multiplicative identity. So if 3 is any integer, then 3 cos 1 is equal to 1 cos 3 is equal to 3. So 1 is the multiplicative identity. Next, existence of multiplicative inverse. If A is an integer, then there exists unique, there exists an unique integer, there exists an unique number, that is 1 by a, such that a cross 1 by a is equal to 1 by a cross a is equal to 1. Then 1 by a is the multiplicative inverse of a. So how we can find multiplicative inverse of any integer? Suppose minus 6 is an integer, then multiplicative inverse multiplicative inverse of any integer, suppose minus 6 is minus 1 upon minus 6, that means minus 1 by 6. So multiplicative inverse of 2 is 1 upon 2. Multiplicative inverse of minus 7 is 1 by minus 7, that is minus 1 by 7. So multiplicative inverse of any integer will be reverse integer. So 0 has no multiplicative inverse. Because if we reverse the 0, we get 1 by 0. This is not exist. This is meaningless. That's why 0 has no multiplicative inverse. So every non-zero integer has multiplicative inverse. So the sign of the product depends only the number of negative integers. Using this concept, we deduce some important results. First one, product of minus a1, minus a2, minus 3 dot 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 minus n. N means n is variable. The value of n may be 2, 3, 5, 9, 10, 1000 and so on. So, first result, all the integers are negative integers. So, by the rules of product of integers, first we multiply all the values excluding the sign, that is a1, a2, a3, a4. Next, we count the number of negative integers. If the number of negative integers is odd, then we take a negative sign before the product. If the number of negative integer is even, then we take a positive sign before the product. For example, suppose minus 1 into minus 2 into minus 3 into minus 5 into minus 10. So all the integers are negative integers. So first we multiply all the values excluding the sign, that is 1 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 10. And next we count how many negative integers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 negative integers. That is the value of n. The value of n is 5. And 5 is odd number. So we take negative sign. And the result will be 300. And if here n is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is even, so sign of the product will be positive and next we multiply all the number excluding symbol. We get 30. Next, second result. A1 minus a into the 10 times. The product of same integers. Look at all the integers are same integers. So, suppose example 2 minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2. So minus 2 is multiplied how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So value of n is equal to 5. And what will be the answer of this product? First, we see that the value of n, that is 5, is odd. Then we take negative sign. Next, which number is repeated? 2 is repeated. How many times? 5 times. So we write 2 to the power 5. That is minus 2 multiplied 5 times. That is minus 32. If here n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So n is even number. So we take positive sign. And which number is repeated? 2 repeated. How many times? 4 times. So we write 2 to the power 4. And value obtained by 2 multiplied 4 times is equal to 16. Next, third result. Minus 1 multiplied 10 times. The result of multiplication of minus 1 n times will be negative, will be minus 1 if minus 1 occurs n times. If n is odd, that is 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, then we get minus 1. If n is even, then we get 1. Suppose minus 1 is multiplied 200 times. What will be the result? First, we see that the value of n is 200. And 200 is even number. Then what will be the result? 1. If minus 1 is multiplied 179 times, then what will be the result? See here, n is 179, which is odd number, so answer will be minus 1. Now we solve some problems related to multiplication of integers. Question number 5. What will be the sign of the product? What will be the sign of the product if we multiplied 103 negative integers and 65 positive integers? If we multiplied 103 negative integers and 65 positive integers, then what will be the sign of the product? We know that the sign of the product is depends only the number of negative integers. Whatever may be the positive integer, it doesn't affect the sign of the product. So, given that the number of negative integer is 103 and which is odd number, so the sign of the product will be negative. If the number of negative integer is odd, then sign of the product will be negative. If the number of negative integer is even, then the sign of the product will be positive. Next question. Simplify minus 26 into 72 plus minus 26 into 28. From the distributive law of multiplication, we know that A cross B plus C is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. Which number is repeated? A is repeated. So A comes out from both the expression. Now we solve. Now we simplify minus 26 into 72 plus minus 26 into 28. We know from the distributive law of multiplication over addition, A cross B plus C is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. That is, here A is common, both the expression A is common, so A comes out A next multiplied B plus C. So here minus 26 is common, so minus 26 into 72 plus 28. So minus 26 into 72 plus 28, 100. So minus 2600. That is, which number is present in both the expression? Minus 26 is present in both the expression. So minus 26 will be common. So first we write the common number minus 26, and in first expression which number is left? 72 is left. So we write 72. Next, which symbol is present? Positive symbol is present. So then we take a positive symbol. Next, in second expression, which number is not common? 28. So we write 28. Next, we sum 72 with 28. We get 100. And when we multiply minus 26 with 100, we get minus 2600. Question number 8. In a class test containing 10 questions, 5 marks are awarded for every correct answer and minus 2 are awarded for every incorrect answer and 0 for each question not attended. That means if you correct one question, you get 5 marks. If you do one incorrect answer, then you get minus 2, and you do not solve one question. Yeah, if you not attempt one question, you get 0 marks. So Robbie gets 4 correct and 6 incorrect answers. Then what will his score? Renu gets 5 correct and 6 incorrect answers. What is her score? And Hena gets 2 correct and 5 incorrect answers. What is her score? So marks given for one correct answer is equal to 5. Marks given for one is -2 and marks given for 1 not attend question is equal to 0. So first, how many correct answer, how many gets Rohit, how many do correct question? 4. So Rohi's score is equal to, Ravi took 4 correct answer, so 4 multiplied 5, because each correct answer content carry 5 marks, plus how many question does he incorrect? 6. So 6 is multiplied -2, because 1 incorrect answer carry mark to -2 marks. So 5 4 20 plus 6 2 -12. So he got 8 marks. Similarly, we can find Rina score and Hena score. So Hena score, Rina score will be Renu score is equal to how many do correct answer? 5. So 5 is multiplied 5 plus how many do incorrect answer? 6 is multiplied -2. So 25 plus -12 is equal to 30. So Renu's score is equal to 30. Similarly, Henna's score is equal to, Henna do 2 correct answer, so 2 is multiplied by 5 and 5 is correct answer plus 5 into -2. So 10 minus 10 is equal to 0.